Next question, the member for Guelph.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is for the Premier. All across Ontario, families cannot afford to pay the rent because rents have skyrocketed since your government was elected. A two-bedroom apartment in Kitchener has gone from $1,485 to $2,282 a month. In London, from $1,309 to $2,190. In Toronto, a shocking 40% increase in the last 2 years alone to $3,308 per month. This government's policies are resulting in unaffordable rents for working families, and people cannot find an affordable place to live. This disproportionately affects women experiencing intimate partner violence, presenting a barrier to escape because they can't find a safe, affordable place to live with their children. But your government keeps saying no to building deeply affordable nonprofit and co-op housing. So, Speaker, today I give the Premier an opportunity.
Question.
Will you say yes to funding with public dollars deeply affordable nonprofit and co-op housing?
To respond, the Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I appreciate the question from the member opposite. The member knows, and I'm sure the member will agree, that when we took office, some of the policies of the previous Liberal government had made it very difficult for people to get shovels in the ground. In fact, purpose-built rentals were at the lowest point in the history of the province, and we knew we had to take steps very, very quickly to increase that supply. That is why we have done things like remove the HST, the provincial portion of the HST, from purpose-built rentals. We've exempted them from development charges. We've removed parking minimums along transit corridors, Mr. Speaker. We actually are seeing the results of that. We have the highest level of purpose-built rental housing in the history of the province. At the same time, we worked with the federal government to help them better understand the needs of the province of Ontario when it came to the affordable housing. The previous agreement signed by the previous Liberal government with the National Housing Strategy wasn't meeting our needs, so we reformed that agreement, Mr. Speaker, so that we can do the exact same things the member is talking about.
Thank you. The supplementary question. Back to the member.
Let's be clear, Speaker. With this government's policies, no minimum wage worker in any community in Ontario can afford average market rent. 93% of the deeply affordable homes built in the province of Ontario were built before 1995. That's when the government stopped supporting co-ops and nonprofits. And yet this government continues to say no to non-market solutions. That's why people are leaving Ontario. That's why women who are facing intimate partner violence are struggling to be able to find a safe, affordable place to call home. So if the government is not going to say yes to building deeply affordable nonprofit and co-op housing, will they at least say yes to legalizing 6 to 11-story buildings along major transit and transportation corridors where builders tell us that will reduce their build times in half, so we can at least build more market rental homes?
Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing.
Mr. Speaker, I'm glad to hear that the member opposite isn't completely opposed to building market homes, because we understand how important that is, Speaker. Of course, we have a transit-oriented community program across the province of Ontario. We've reduced costs, including parking minimums, along those transit corridors, so that we've reduced the cost by about $100,000 per unit along those corridors, Speaker. We've reduced the GST or the HST portion of it to get more homes built, but ultimately the fundamental thing that we can do is get more supply online, because when you add more supply, the way that we are doing, the highest levels in recorded history in the province, you will start to see the rents come down. In fact, Speaker, as supply is increased, the member, I'm sure, is happy to know the rents have started to decline in the province of Ontario, in particular here in the City of Toronto. So we are making progress, but the only way, I agree completely with the member opposite, the only way we're going to see true progress is if we unleash the opportunity to build even more homes across the province of Ontario, and I look forward to his support of the actions that we're going to take to ensure that we can get that done even quicker.
Thank you.